So I wanted to share with you today some recruitment tips that hopefully will make recruitment easier, more simple for you, and hopefully really duplicatable. So I'll explain in a minute why I think that's really important. But before we start, you guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think that sometimes recruitment gets a little bit overthought and then a bit overcomplicated. Because, we really want this, we want to recruit, we want to get a team, we want to build it. We overthink it. It's like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? When actually, if we just, take it back and think of it really simple, all it is you know how to sell the products, or you find a way that works for you. And then you show others how to do the exact same. It's really that simple. I don't think we need to think about it any more than that, really. And that's how I've always done it, and it's worked for me. So if we have that in mind, we want to make sure that we're showing people exactly what we do. Otherwise, they don't know what they're getting into. They don't know what they're going to be doing. They don't know if it'll work for them. We want to show them what we do and make it relatable to as many people as possible, so that they watch you or see what you do and think, yeah, okay, maybe I could do that. So that's how I've always done it, and it has definitely worked for me. When I was building Active Diamonds, I can honestly say that as far as I can think back, I never put come join my team, come do this, I'll teach you how to earn this much money. I never did any of that. I just showed people what I was doing. They could obviously see that I enjoyed it and that, it was working for me. And I helped others to do the same. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys how to do the same. Okay, right. So to get into it, how do we show people what we're doing? How do we show people what we do? Daily tasks. Okay, so I know some of you are going to be rolling your eyes because I bang on about daily tasks so much, but it's because they work. I put those together out of a few things that really worked for me. When I was building, there was a lot of things that I did wrong, and then obviously there was things that did work. So I put those daily tasks together as things that were all the things that worked. I've tried to condense them into really manageable bite-sized bits. But if you do those every day that you're working your business, not only and you do them well, because obviously we can all do everything half-heartedly, but if we do them well, they will get you sales, they will get you new customers. It is showing your team and you're leading by example, but also they will get you real recruits. So what I mean by real recruits is, they've seen you sharing the love of the products. They've seen you giving advice to people. They've seen you networking, and they want to do the same. Right? So for me, that's a real recruit. They've seen what you do and they want to join it, as opposed to not really showing what you do, but instead just going into a million selling sites or wherever else you want to advertise it until your fingers are hurting. You've put, come join my team, earn money from home, or one of my personal favorites that I see all the time, not really from us by the way, but is join my team and I'll make you be earning hundreds of pounds by next week. All that kind of stuff that does get people's attention, but it's not real. How do they know what they're getting into? They don't know what you're doing. They don't know who the company is, what our products are. They don't know any of that. So let's do it a more simple way, and I promise you it will be more productive for you and less time actually spent doing it. Okay, so why is it important to make sure that however you're recruiting is duplicatable? Well, this is because you want your team recruiting as well, don't you? Imagine if you helped every person on your team, because you were showing them this duplicatable way of doing it, you helped them all just to recruit one new teamie each month, right? So that's doable if we show them how, right? For them just to get one new teamie in a month. That means that your team will double. Not just in 1 month, the next month, if they all get one, it'll double again. The next month, if they all get one, it'll double again. Imagine how quickly your team would grow just by everyone getting just one. And you've shown them by making your way of recruiting really duplicatable, which again, this way is because everyone can do the daily tasks, whether they're brand new, whether they've been with us a while, whether they have product, whether they don't have product, everybody can do it. Okay, so it's really duplicatable. So that's the power of duplication. So how are we going to turn the daily tasks into getting you recruits or recruit leads? So you've probably heard by now, me and others, speaking about the magic question. Okay, this is because it does work. Right, so I'll share it with you now, right? So after we've had a conversation with somebody, we're going to ask this question. So before you go, would you mind if I asked you a favour? I'm currently expanding my business. I'm looking for people to do exactly what I do, earn some money from home. No experience is needed, but they need to have an interest in health and beauty. If you know anybody, would you mind passing them my details? Okay, how indirect is that? You're not putting anybody on the spot. In fact, people usually like a question like that. People love to feel like they're helping somebody. So it's really indirect. It's usually a question that gets a great response. Let's think about the responses that we are likely to get. Worst case scenario, let's start with that first. Worst case scenario, they say, yeah, sure, if I hear of someone, I'll let them know. That's worst case. Best case is they say, well, actually, I've been maybe thinking about it. I could do with some extra cash. Could you tell me a little bit more about it? And do you know, it's surprising how often you will get that response. But either way, it's win-win. You know, they might end up sending somebody your way, which is great. Or they might want to join themselves. Either way, you've put that across to them in a way that's not direct. You know, you haven't put anyone on the spot. You haven't said, do you want to join my team? You know, you've just been, hey, you know, if you know anybody. Okay, so who can we ask this to? So going back to the daily tasks, we're keeping our profile perfect. By each day we've got showing the love of a product, why we use it, how we use it. We're giving tips, advice, something interesting on there, and then we're putting something about us. So people are seeing this. Also in our daily tasks, we are speaking or finding 5 new friends every day. Now, we probably won't ask that question to those people straight away. That's probably a bit weird. But the second conversation you have with those guys, you definitely can ask it. But the perfect ones to ask it to are the 5 existing friends that we're going to have conversations with each day. So the 5 existing friends, you're going to go and have a conversation with them. Maybe you just strike up a conversation of something that you've seen on their profile. Hey, I saw it was your little one's birthday. How was it? Or you went on holiday. How was that? You have a conversation. Maybe you've given them some advice, some customer care. Maybe you've done them a consultation. Whatever it is, you've had a great conversation with them. So it's a perfect time to finish it with, before I let you go, would you mind if I asked you a favour? How easy is that? Now, I'm not, you're not going to ask every single person it all the time, but you do have the opportunity, if you're doing your daily task, to ask 5 people each day without it taking up any extra of your time. Now, if you do that well and you ask 5 people a day, you will have leads coming out your ears. I promise. If you do it well, if you do your daily tasks, so your profile looks great, then you're having 5 real conversations each day, and then you ask that question at the end, you will get leads. You will get leads, and they will be real ones. So in my next video, I am going to show you a super easy and simple way of converting these leads. So I call a lead anybody who has expressed interest in joining. So if they say, I might be interested, then they're a lead. So a way of converting these leads into real signups with the highest success possible. And you know that I like to keep things super simple, so it will be a simple way of doing it. Okay guys, so I hope you give this a go. So it's just your daily tasks done really well, because they're getting you sales, they're getting you new recruits, and obviously new customers. So do your daily tasks really well, and then those 5 existing friends that you're talking to, have a good conversation with them each day, and then ask that question. You'll be surprised at the response you get. Okay, so I hope this helps. I hope you start building your teams, and look out for my next video where I show you how I would talk to them, how I would give them more information about the business, and how I would sign them up. Right, bye guys.